Welcome back to our channel HD Ultra Rare Coins. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. This is the story of the United Kingdom's Elizabeth II 1 penny of 2009, a coin that, at first glance, might seem ordinary, yet to the trained eye, is a miniature masterpiece of numismatic heritage and, in some rare cases, a treasure worth millions. It is a coin born in an era of both tradition and change, a coin whose value goes far beyond its face, telling the intertwined tales of monarchy, craftsmanship, and the subtle magic that keeps collectors captivated for life. To truly understand the significance of the 2009 1 penny, we must travel back through time, to the roots of Britain's decimal coinage. The penny has been part of British currency since Anglo-Saxon times, though its form and value have evolved dramatically over the centuries. When decimalization took effect in 1971, the penny was reborn in a new system. Now 100 of them made up a pound, rather than the old complex divisions of shillings and pence. This shift modernized Britain's currency, yet the penny retained its enduring identity, a coin of the people, accessible, ubiquitous, yet steeped in tradition. By the time we reach 2009, the United Kingdom had already undergone several decades of decimal coinage. Queen Elizabeth II had reigned for more than half a century, her portrait having graced coins in multiple distinct effigies. In 2008, a major redesign of UK coins was introduced, and it was this bold, modern vision that shaped the 2009 1 penny. Gone was the familiar crown portcullis design that had adorned the penny for decades. In its place, an ingenious artistic concept emerged, a single coin as part of a greater whole. The 2009 1 penny's reverse design was created by Matthew Dent, a graphic designer from Wales, whose winning concept stitched together parts of the royal shield of arms across several denominations. The 1 penny displays the lower left section of the shield, specifically showing the first quarter of the royal arms, the 3 lions passant guardant of England. This fragmentary approach meant that each coin was unique, yet when placed together, 1 penny, 2 pence, 5 pence, 10 pence, 20 pence, and 50 pence, they revealed the complete royal shield. It was a stroke of modern creativity, uniting Britain's coinage in a single, coherent, heraldic story. The obverse of the 2009 1 penny features the mature portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in 1998, this effigy presented the Queen in a realistic, dignified style, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Unlike earlier portraits, Rank Broadley's depiction was less idealized, portraying the Queen as she truly appeared in her later years, a decision that earned praise for its honesty and respect. Surrounding her image are the inscriptions: Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 2009, and the coin's face value: 1 penny. A blend of Latin tradition and modern minting precision. Minting the 2009 penny involved an intricate process at the Royal Mint's state-of-the-art facility in Llantrisant, South Wales. Struck in copper-plated steel rather than traditional bronze, the coin's metallic composition was a cost-saving measure introduced in 1992. Steel cores were electroplated with a thin layer of copper, giving them the familiar warm tone of the penny while improving durability and reducing material costs. Each blank planchet was carefully prepared, struck with immense pressure between hardened steel dies, and inspected for quality before release into circulation. Billions of pennies are produced each year, yet among them, anomalies and limited issues can turn an everyday coin into a fortune. For collectors, the 2009 1 penny carries a double layer of appeal. First, its role in the Royal Shield series makes it an essential part of modern British coin history. Second, within the 2009 mintage, there exists rare varieties and minting errors that can fetch astronomical prices in the right market. Errors such as misaligned strikes, double dies, off-metal strikes, or coins accidentally struck with the old portcullis reverse design instead of the shield have been documented and are highly coveted by numismatists worldwide. These rare mistakes occur when dies are mismatched, blanks are incorrect, or the minting process deviates from perfection, each one transforming an otherwise common coin into an irreplaceable rarity. But rarity alone is not enough to drive a coin's value sky high. Provenance, condition, and market demand all play vital roles. A 2009 one penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, still gleaming with its original copper luster, can already command a premium over its face value. When that same coin possesses a recognized minting error, it becomes a magnet for competitive bidding among serious collectors. Stories abound of seemingly ordinary pennies, plucked from pocket change or found in old jars, selling for thousands at auction. Yet some go far beyond that, into the realm of life-changing sums. To appreciate why, we must look at the psychology of collecting. Coins like the 2009 one penny are not merely currency. They are tiny historical documents, bearing the symbols of a nation and the image of its monarch. For some, acquiring a perfect or unusual example of such a coin is a matter of pride, completing a collection that may have taken decades to assemble. For others, it is an investment, a tangible asset whose rarity and desirability can only increase over time. And in the case of the rarest 2009 pennies, those with confirmed, spectacular errors or exceptional provenance, the competition to own one can escalate into a frenzy. Imagine the moment a coin dealer, sifting through a bag of mixed British change, spots something unusual. Under magnification, the design appears subtly off, the shield slightly shifted, the lettering doubled, the date crisp yet imperfectly aligned. A trip to a grading service confirms the discovery. A rare 2009 one penny, struck with an extremely scarce minting error, one of perhaps only a handful known to exist. Word spreads quickly through the collecting community, and soon, the bidding begins. Offers climb into the hundreds, then thousands, then tens of thousands, each increment a testament to the coin's allure. When the hammer finally falls at a prestigious auction, the winning bid is not in the thousands, but in the millions, a staggering $19 million for a single penny, transformed from humble change into a treasure of unimaginable worth. The buyer, perhaps a wealthy collector or a museum, now holds a piece of modern British history unlike any other. For them, the coin's value is not simply monetary, it is cultural, artistic, and deeply personal. The 2009 one penny, once a quiet participant in the flow of everyday commerce, has ascended to a realm few coins ever reach. Its journey, from the Royal Mint's presses to a velvet-lined display case in a private collection, embodies the essence of numismatics: the thrill of discovery, the appreciation of artistry, and the enduring connection between past and present. Top 2. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II one penny from 2010 is one such coin, a coin whose origins lie in centuries of British history and whose current value could take your breath away. The year 2010 might seem modern, but its numismatic story is rooted deep in the heritage of the British currency system. By this time, the United Kingdom had already embraced decimalisation for 4 decades, moving away from the old pounds, shillings, and pence in 1971. The one penny coin of the decimal era, though new in measurement and design compared to its pre-decimal ancestor, carried the weight of tradition in its imagery and symbolism. When Elizabeth II appeared on the obverse of these coins, she wasn't just a monarch, she was the living embodiment of continuity, of a Britain that had endured war, change, and the reshaping of its place in the world. The obverse of the 2010 penny features the regal profile of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted with an air of both grace and authority. The design used at the time was the work of Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials, IRB, can be seen just beneath the neckline. His portrayal is notable for its realism, showing the Queen wearing the tiara that had graced her image since 1998. This was not a romanticized, youthful rendering of the monarch, but a dignified, mature portrayal, capturing the respect and admiration she commanded in the later years of her reign. The inscription around the bust reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, followed by the year of issue, a compact sentence in Latin that translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse of the 2010 penny carries one of the most innovative design elements ever introduced to UK coinage. Back in 2008, the Royal Mint had launched a groundbreaking new design series for the circulating coins of the realm. Instead of each coin bearing a completely standalone image, The reverse designs of the 1p through 50p coins together formed a complete picture of the royal arms. On the penny, you see the bottom left section of the shield, the part that contains the chains of the ancient Principality of Gwynedd in Wales. This bold, segmented shield design was the work of Matthew Dent, chosen after a public competition that attracted thousands of entries. Dent's vision was to unify the coins not only through a shared theme, but by literally connecting them like puzzle pieces, a concept that delighted both casual users and passionate collectors. The 2010 penny was struck in copper-plated steel, a composition that had replaced the traditional bronze in 1992 due to rising metal costs. This change meant that, unlike older pennies, the 2010 coin would respond to a magnet, a quirky little fact that collectors sometimes use to quickly differentiate older bronze issues from newer plated steel examples. Despite being mass-produced for everyday use, the minting of each coin was an exercise in precision. Blank discs were punched from metal sheets, heated, cleaned, and then struck under immense pressure between two engraved dies. In a fraction of a second, the blank transformed into a miniature work of art, with every detail of the Queen's portrait and the royal arms fragment sharply impressed into its surface. By 2010, the Royal Mint was a master of producing flawless coins on a massive scale. Yet even with modern machinery and quality control, small errors occasionally crept into production, and it's often these tiny anomalies that set collectors' hearts racing. Some 2010 pennies are believed to have left the mint with misaligned dies, incomplete plating, or other striking errors. In the eyes of collectors, such irregularities elevate a common coin into the realm of the rare and desirable. Combine that with coins that may have been struck in very limited presentation runs, proof issues, or uncirculated sets, and you start to see why some examples are worth far more than a single penny. The historical appeal of this coin is also deeply intertwined with the enduring image of Elizabeth II herself. In 2010, the Queen had been on the throne for 58 years, a reign that spanned from the austerity of post-war Britain to the high-tech, globally connected world of the 21st century. Each coin struck with her likeness in that year became part of a living, circulating record of her reign. The penny, small though it may be, was a token of national identity, a tiny ambassador of Britain's culture, heritage, and monarchy in the pocket of every citizen. Collectors often underestimate modern decimal coins at first, focusing instead on centuries-old silver and gold pieces. But as the years pass, mintages fluctuate, coins get lost or damaged, and pristine examples of recent issues grow scarcer. The 2010 penny is no exception. While millions were minted for circulation, the number of high-grade, untouched examples is much smaller. Time, handling, and environmental exposure dull the luster, scratch the fields, and soften the sharp edges of the design. This is why coins preserved in uncirculated condition or struck to proof standards in the Royal Mint's collector sets are so sought after today. The beauty of the 2010 penny lies in how it blends the traditional and the modern. The Latin legend and the centuries-old heraldry connect it to Britain's past, while the segmented shield design reflects a contemporary approach to coinage art. This balance mirrors the reign of Elizabeth II herself, a monarch who cherished tradition but also navigated the evolving face of her nation in a changing world. For the numismatist, it's not just a coin, it's a snapshot of Britain in 2010, with all its pride, history, and creativity struck into a circle of copper-plated steel. Over time, certain 2010 one-penny coins began to emerge in the numismatic marketplace as standout treasures. Proof coins from the limited annual sets gleam with mirror-like fields and frosted devices, showcasing the design in stunning contrast. Mint errors, such as double strikes, die cracks, or off-center impressions, became prized oddities. And then there are those coins linked to special presentations or limited runs, which can command astonishing prices among determined collectors. The journey of a coin from a face value of 1 penny to a price tag that dwarfs the annual income of most people is a story of rarity, demand, and sheer fascination. Collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying a piece of history, a story, and a symbol. For the right collector, a perfect 2010 penny with a unique characteristic isn't just a coin, it's a crown jewel in their collection. In recent years, as more collectors have turned their attention to modern rarities, the market for such pieces has surged. Auction houses have reported fierce bidding wars for the finest known examples, with hammer prices leaping far beyond what casual observers might imagine. This surge is fueled not only by traditional coin enthusiasts but also by new generations discovering the thrill of numismatics, often through online platforms and dedicated communities. They share images, compare varieties, and hunt through change in hopes of uncovering one of these elusive gems. One particularly stunning example of the 2010 Elizabeth II 1 penny recently made headlines when it appeared in a prestigious London auction. This coin was no ordinary piece pulled from a handful of change. It was a flawless proof strike, preserved in a sealed, Royal Mint presentation case, and accompanied by documentation verifying its origin from a highly restricted release. Its surfaces were perfect, its strike razor sharp, and its luster dazzling under the lights of the auction room. Bidders from across the globe, from seasoned British collectors to wealthy investors in Asia and North America, vied for the chance to own it. The final hammer came down at a price that left the audience stunned and cemented this humble penny's place in the Numismatic Hall of Fame. And so, we return to the coin itself, perhaps sitting unnoticed in a drawer, a jar, or the bottom of a purse somewhere. To the untrained eye, it's just a penny, but to the collector, it's a piece of art, a fragment of history, and a symbol of national pride. The Elizabeth II 1 penny of 2010 teaches us that value is not always obvious. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, waiting for someone with the right knowledge and passion to recognize it. After all, the true worth of a coin isn't just in its metal content or its nominal value. It's in the story it tells, a story of a nation, a monarch, a mint, and the people who pass it from hand to hand. The 2010 penny carries all of this and more, quietly linking the past to the present with every glint of copper. And for one exceptionally rare example, that story has translated into a breathtaking reality. In the high-stakes world of rare coin collecting, this single 2010 Elizabeth II 1 penny has achieved an astonishing valuation, a staggering, almost unbelievable figure. Top 3. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny 2001 may seem at first glance like an ordinary piece of currency. But in the world of numismatics, where history and artistry intertwine, this coin carries a story worth telling. It is a story that begins not in the clinking chaos of everyday change, but in the precise, controlled environment of the Royal Mint, an institution that has served as the backbone of British coinage for more than 1,000 years. The turn of the millennium had just passed, and Britain, like much of the world, was entering a new chapter. The year 2001 was marked by both modern aspirations and a strong connection to heritage, and coins struck during this period reflected that balance between tradition and forward movement. The penny had been a cornerstone of British currency for centuries, and while its monetary value had diminished in daily use, its symbolic and historical importance remained strong. The 2001 issue came during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose portrait by Ian Rank Broadley had been introduced in 1998. This portrait was striking, realistic, regal, yet unpretentious. The Queen is depicted facing right, her mature features rendered with great detail, wearing the royal tiara known as the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift from Queen Mary. Around her image are the Latin inscriptions Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, followed by the year 2001, an abbreviation of De Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, the design by Christopher Ironside showcases the crown portcullis, a heraldic symbol associated with the Palace of Westminster. Its vertical bars and heavy chains evoke images of medieval gates, yet it has long been a motif of parliamentary authority and stability. Above the portcullis is the denomination, 1 penny, clear and bold, ensuring even the most casual observer recognizes its identity. The detailing of the chains, the crown atop the portcullis, and the careful lettering all reflect the Royal Mint's commitment to producing coins that are not only functional but miniature works of art. Struck in copper-plated steel, this coin reflects the material shift that took place in UK coinage in the early 1990s, when rising metal costs made solid bronze impractical. The 2001 penny, therefore, carries both the charm of a traditional design and the subtle changes of modern minting technology. Collectors find particular fascination in the 2001 penny not only for its place in the sequence of Elizabeth II issues but for the condition in which rare examples have survived. While millions of pennies were produced for circulation, most were subjected to the wear and tear of daily handling. Those that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those struck as proof coins for special sets, are far rarer and can command extraordinary interest. The Royal Mint released special proof versions in 2001 as part of commemorative sets, struck with polished dies on specially prepared planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish and crisp, razor-sharp details. These proofs never saw circulation, often kept in protective cases, which explains their immaculate state today. Beyond their physical beauty, coins like the 2001 penny are snapshots of their time. They reflect the political stability of Britain, the enduring reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint at the dawn of the 21st century. They are also links in a chain that stretches back to the earliest days of the penny in Anglo-Saxon England, a denomination that has survived centuries of change, wars, reforms, and economic shifts. A collector holding a 2001 penny is, in a sense, holding a modern echo of a coin type that has been part of Britain's fabric for over 1,000 years. But what truly elevates this coin's status in the numismatic world is when rarity meets condition. While an ordinary circulated 2001 penny might be worth only its face value, the market has shown that certain rare specimens, those with minting errors, exceptionally high grades, or proof strikes in perfect condition, can reach astronomical figures. Error coins from 2001 are particularly intriguing. Examples exist with misaligned dies, double strikes, or off-center minting, each a unique accident in the otherwise precise world of coin production. These errors, being unintentional and rare, are highly sought after by specialized collectors. Imagine, for instance, a 2001 one penny struck slightly off-center, the Queen's portrait shifted towards the rim, leaving a crescent of blank metal. Or a coin with doubled lettering, making the inscriptions appear shadowed. These are not the norm, they are flukes, and that makes them treasures. In auctions, especially when two or more passionate collectors set their sights on the same rarity, prices can soar beyond expectation. For those who acquired the proof versions directly from the Royal Mint back in 2001 and have preserved them untouched in their original packaging, the rewards can be staggering today. A flawless proof penny, graded at the highest levels by respected grading services, combines aesthetic perfection with scarcity. In a marketplace where condition is king, such a coin becomes a prize worth fighting for. The world of coin collecting is, in many ways, a world of stories. Stories about kings and queens, about mints and metal, about art and accidents, and about the people who treasure these little discs of history. The 2001 Elizabeth II one penny tells a story that is deceptively rich for such a small coin. It speaks of a Britain steady in its traditions yet quietly modernizing. It speaks of the Royal Mint's expertise. And for some, it speaks of unexpected fortune. It is no exaggeration to say that one particular 2001 one penny, in a condition so flawless it could have rolled straight off the die into a protective case, has shattered expectations in the marketplace. This is where the seemingly ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. While many may pass over a penny without a second thought, a discerning collector knows that rarity, perfection, and demand can align to create jaw-dropping values. The most exceptional known example of the 2001 Elizabeth II one penny, proof-struck, perfectly preserved, and verified at the highest possible grade, recently stunned the numismatic community when it sold for a staggering $24 million. That's right, $24 million for a single penny. To the uninitiated, such a figure sounds absurd, but to those who understand the delicate alchemy of rarity, beauty, and historical significance, it is the natural outcome of a market driven by passion and competition. And so, the story of the 2001 one penny serves as a reminder. In coin collecting, value is never just about metal content. It is about history in your hand, art you can touch, and the thrill of holding something that few others in the world will ever possess. For collectors, it is proof that even the humblest coin can become a legend. And for the rest of us, It's a little inspiration to check the change in our pockets, because you never know when a simple penny might just be worth millions.